excitement and anticipation levels are higher than ever as we step into round 5 of the Valvoline Motorsport Ireland National Forestry Rally Championship. This is day 1 of the CFF Jim Walsh Cork Forest Rally, and once more it is set to be the best 2-day rally event on the calendar.
Go.
Clerk of the course Paul Casey and Cork Motor Club have set out 6 classic but exciting forestry stages with approximately 70 kilometres of competitive action to look forward to, all within a tight radius of Mallow.
Yes, as each day of the event counts as a separate round of the championship, there's lots at stake at the CFF Group Jim Walsh Cork Forest Rally. With epic stages and intense competition spread over 2 days, the crews have travelled from far and wide to take part, including last year's winner, the New York-based Barry McKenna.
Today's stages especially, they're good and fast, and we were rallying last week. It was a good fast rally, so hopefully we'll have a bit of an advantage today maybe.
For us, there's championship points there, and we'd like bragging rights of a win here, so yeah, big push now, and they're nice stages, and hopefully the dust isn't a factor today.
We kind of have to think about the championship too, was if we finish in third today and third tomorrow, I think we wrap up the championship, so it's hard to know what to do, but we'll see. We'll push on and see how we go this morning here.
Multiple sealed surface champion Donna Kelly hasn't had much joy with his new Skoda Fabia R5 on tar this year, so he decided to try his luck on the loose in Cork.
I always enjoyed the woods in the past, so we're going to see if we can rekindle our love affair with the loose surface, so we'll see how we go.
Out to the stages now, and while there are some who may dread a hard day of toil in the bog, most were looking forward to the challenge of the Long Boggara stage, which awaited the crews after runs over the Mount Hillary and Bwing tests first. Go. Quickest on the opening loop was the Fiesta R5 of Barry McKenna and Andy Hayes. The pair had really hit the ground running, but were disappointed when Stage 3 Boggara had to be cancelled. On to Stage 4, Mount Hillary then, where they went quickest by 2 seconds to hold a 7.3 second advantage at service. Sam Moffat and James O'Reilly reported no issues across the opening stages, but had no answer to the initial pace of McKenna. No doubt former champion Moffat would be looking to claw back some time on the rerun of the Long Boggara test later in the day. Reaping the rewards of a fantastic 2018 that saw him secure the Forestry Junior title and win the Billy Coleman Award, James Wilson was out for his second drive in the Motorsport Ireland Rally Academy Hyundai R5. The Armagh driver was pleasantly surprised to be holding third overall, as he admitted to a rather cautious start in the Hyundai i20 R5.
Yeah, just enjoying it so much. The car is unbelievable. Michelin tyres, there just seems to be a ball of traction out there, and it's just great fun, so I'm loving it.
Donna Kelly would have benefited from a drive over the long third stage as he acclimatised to the Skoda Fabia on the gravel. Nonetheless, he was faring well, 3.9 seconds off Wilson and holding 4th place with navigator Conor Foley.
Long crest. 150. 5 left in the bottom. Right, 5 left in the bottom now. 40. Slowing 2 left. Slippy maybe into long open 6 right.
Holding second place on the championship leaderboard coming into this event, 2 top 3 finishes would be enough to secure the overall title for Cahan McCourt and Barry McNulty. All was not going to plan, however, as brake issues in the Fiesta R5 saw the Tyrone crew lying in 5th place after Stage 4.
Crest and the crest again, brave. 100 down to a loose, you'll see fast 3 right keep, and it's loose and a very late fast 3 left. I repeat, very late fast 3 left, 40.
Current table topper Michael Carbon wasn't having a great drive so far. The Monaghan man felt off the pace on the opening stages and was 10th overall in his Mitsubishi Evo 8. Matters were worse for two-wheel drive competitors Brian Little and Kevin Duggan when a wheel came off their Ford Escort G3 at this junction on stage 2. They later rejoined the event under Rally 2 rules, but for now they were an obstacle to get around for other crews. Just about getting by unscathed was the Fiesta R5 of Conor McCourt. The Tyrone driver was 6th overall, 7.6 seconds off his brother Cahan.
Good man. And 5 right, 40. 5 right here, 40. 6 right over crest. Tightens fast 3 right. It tightens fast 3 right.
A blown turbo pipe saw Vivian Hamill fall well out of contention early on day 1. Late entry to the event, Brendan Comiskey felt his Fiesta WRC was set too low for the stages and found the car to be bottoming out in places. Just 2.3 seconds off Comiskey was championship co-sponsor Marty McKenna of C&M Motors. 7th after stage 1, a puncture on stage 2 saw him slip to 9th overall.
2 left neat, don't go wide, and then go for 300, go, 300. Late 5 right. You're looking at late 5 right. 170.
Another strong performance in a Mitsubishi Evo 9 saw Niall McCullough and Ryan McCluskey hold 8th overall and lead Group N after stage 4.
Hairpin left there you are. 80. 1 left. 80 here. 1 left and then 40 to the 2 left long. Tightness into the 3 left.
In the two-wheel drive battle, championship leaders David Crossan and Aileen Kelly were the pace setters once again as they opened up a 10-second lead after 3 stages. They did have early power steering issues in the 2-litre Escort but were just outside the overall top 10 after stage 4.
And flat 2 right over bump junction and 3 right plus into flat 2 left half long, 80, flat 2 left, 100, 3 left, stay neat, 60 past the lay-by, flat 1 right, 60.
David, what a fantastic run you're having out there in the two-wheel drive battle.
Yeah, with a good run there in that last stage there. With the first 2 stages we had power steering issue, so that was hampering us a bit there, but we got it fixed there in service, so I was felt a lot more comfortable there in the car. So yeah, good run.
Second so far in the two-wheel drive standings was the 2.5-litre Escort of David Condell. The Carlow driver was enjoying a busy year so far as he competed across a number of championships.
80 up. There's 1 right into 2 right narrows. 80 up. Short 3 left into 2 right. There's a 3 left into 2 right. 130 up middle. Turn square right through Bales onto tarmac. Turn square right here onto tarmac. 80. 2 right.
Almost 10 seconds behind Condell, Mickey Conlon's usual navigator Kieran McPhillips was replaced by Martin Byrne, and the pair were holding 3rd in the two-wheel drive standings before a later mishap forced them into Rally 2. Recent convert to the woods, Gary Kiernan was getting more used to the gravel surfaces and was 4th two-wheel drive with Darren O'Brien calling the notes in the 2-litre Escort. Reigning two-wheel drive champion Shane McGurr had acquired an Escort G3 for the Cork Forest Rally but was finding the car difficult to handle. He had already endured some big moments on the early stages and felt the brakes were in need of attention at service. Leading the front-wheel drive battle was the Class 2 Peugeot 208 of William Creighton and Liam Regan. The pair were heading a strong field of R2 cars, most of whom were running in the 16A junior class. Leading 16A was Jordan Hone. The former Group N forestry champion had his dad Paul calling the notes in the Opel Adam R2.
Flat crest 80, flat 2 right on OK, C60, 2 left plus long, definitely tightens left. Definitely tightens. 100. 3 left plus on opens. C130 go. Flat 1 left on the crest 40. Flat 1 left C300.
It was an exciting weekend for Derek Mackrell, who was making his R2 debut, swapping his old Vauxhall Nova for an Opel Adam. 6.9 seconds off Jordan Hone after stage 4. It's fair to say navigator Murren Hayes was impressed with the new machine.
6 right, 80, and 5 right, into 6 left, 130, bus stop chicane, left entry, logs, into a 4 left, 250, and turn hairpin right, up in, tightens again and crest over the finish, into fast 4 left, savage. That was savage.
Fourth quickest on the front-wheel drive standings were Rory Maguire and Grace O'Brien in the Class 11F Vauxhall Corsa. Also competing in Class 11F, Paul O'Connor's first crack at his home rally ended prematurely with mechanical trouble after just one stage. But he was still delighted to be sponsoring the event for the 4th year in a row.
And Paul, why does Crafted Fish Furniture get involved in the rally every year?
I suppose really we're very much involved in Mallow Town, our business in the town. We create a lot of employment in the town. It's a great town, great atmosphere around, brings good business to the town, you know. And it's great to see all the cars here, and it's good for Mallow Town. It needs it, you know.
In Class 16, Brian Brady and Gary McNamee were setting the pace in their Honda Civic. A class win on both days of the weekend would secure the Motorsport Ireland Junior Rally Series for Brady.
Middle over bump junction into 1 right, okay, 150, chicane on right, bus stop, into 1 right, 60, 1 left, 130, 6 left, tightens.
Leading the Class 16 Forestry Championship, it was the same winner-takes-all scenario for Shane Keneally and Ger Connors, but the pair were currently trailing the category leaders by 7 seconds. But back at the top of the overall leaderboard, it was Barry McKenna who held a 7.3 second advantage over Sam Moffat, with James Wilson, Donna Kelly and Cahan McCourt all in close attendance.
The Cork Forestry Rally is regarded as the pinnacle event of the Irish forestry calendar, and it hasn't disappointed competitors and spectators so far. The top 5 cars are all battling it out within 20 seconds of each other as we head into the evening loop of stages. Join us back here after the break.
Welcome back to Mallow for the CFF Group Cork Forest Rally. And with both the rally and an arts festival taking place over the weekend, it made for quite an unusual mix-up of sights and sounds. So while some were spinning tunes, others were fine-tuning their machines as the crews prepared for the final 2 stages of day 1, which counted as round 5 of the Valvoline Motorsport Ireland Forest Rally Championship. And with valuable championship points up for grabs, let's turn to the various classes on the final loop now. And in the M. O'Brien Plant Hire Junior 1000 class, taking the bronze position on the day, Welsh crew Ewan Lloyd and Di Roberts aren't registered for the series. Rhys Pollock and John Burke were the early pace setters in the J1000s, but they had to settle for the runner-up spot behind the Toyota Aygo of class winners Kyle and Kieran McBride.
I'd just like to thank Dad on those, and thank all my sponsors and everybody. Another big long day tomorrow now, so a good night's sleep and good fun tomorrow again.
In the Junior Class 16 battle, Kieran Lynch and Adam Power took 3rd place on day 1 of their local rally. Category points leaders Shane Keneally and Ger Connors had to settle for the runner-up spot in their Honda Civic. Brian Brady and Gary McNamee took the class win in their older model Civic. The same result on day 2 would secure the Motorsport Ireland Junior Rally Series for Brady.
Fair play to Shane Keneally there, he pushed us to the max today, and another big day tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get a result like this and it could look bright then for the rest of the season for us. So.
There was intense competition in the Junior Class 16A category, but the pace proved too much for Michael Hamilton and Keith McCarthy, who slid their Fiesta R2 off the road on the super-fast Boggara Stage 5.
Black crest, 40, 1 left, 40, 2 left, line for 4 right, over loose, don't cut. So 2 left, line for 4 right, over loose, don't cut. 150. Tidy, tidy, tidy.
Fresh from a class win at the recent Down Rally, Kyle White and Sean Topping had a dramatic day one in Cork, with fuel pressure and clutch issues making their third place finish all the more remarkable. Jordan and Paul Hone went into the final loop with a 6.9 second lead, but they had to settle for the runner-up spot despite their best efforts in the Opel Adam R2.
Max 2 right, tightens past the junction, 100. Flat 1 left, 40. Flat 1 left, hug over crest, 40.
Derek Mackerel's R2 debut couldn't have gone much better as he overturned the deficit to Jordan Hone with a fantastic drive on the Boggara test, and Mackerel took the class win with Australia-bound Murren Hayes on the notes.
The stages kind of suit the car too, so they are, and just getting into the left-hand drive, so we're all happy out with the day.
And you have a wonderful navigator here, Murren, but this is her last time, unfortunately, navigating. Yeah, Murren, any words to say?
Era got a good send off anyway, but Jesus Christ, I'll be back, so I'll want my seat back.
To the main field classes now, where David McCauley and Andrew Moore took the Class 1 win in their Honda Civic. In Class 2, James O'Flaherty took third place, with Daniel Hanratty calling the notes in the Fiesta R2. Graham Kelly and Barry Talt brought their Citroen C2 R2 to second in class. William Creighton and Liam Regan were dominant winners as they finished top of the front-wheel drive section and 20th overall in the Peugeot 208 R2. Lee Bracken and Francis Kelly secured the Class 9 championship title with their fourth win of the year in the Honda Civic. Pearse Doheny and Ailish Dunn kept their Class 10 title aspirations alive with third in class on day one of the Cork Forest Rally. Runners-up in the class were unregistered crew Gary Callagher and Owen McCarthy in their older model Opel Corsa. Mike Garahy and Irla McCarthy moved one step closer to another Class 10 title with their third win of the year in the Mark II Escort. With former class leaders Sean McConnell and Dwayne Quigley having crashed out earlier on, Paul McMahon edged into a 1-point lead of the Class 11F Championship as he took third in class with Padraig Deasy navigating in the CFF Group Honda Civic. Kieran McCullough and Bernard McSweeney kept themselves in with a shot at the Class 11F title with second place on day one in Mallow. Rory Maguire and Grace O'Brien took their first Class 11F win of the year in style with over 2 minutes to spare in the Opel Corsa. In Class 11R, it wasn't the best of days for James Dunphy and Kieran Carroll, as mechanical trouble in the Toyota Corolla forced them into Rally 2. They'd be hopeful of a better drive on day 2. Rallying for over 40 years, Sean Benskin has been a regular in the Forest Championship since 1994. And he moved to the top of the Class 12 points table, finishing second in Class 12 with Eugene Cronin calling the notes in the Escort Mark II. Taking the Class 12 win on the day was unregistered crew Aaron and Evan McCoy in the Escort G3. James Lucy and Murish Scannell brought their Mazda RX-8 to fourth in Class 13. John Gordon and Thomas Wedlock took third in class and saw their category lead reduced to just 2 points after round 5. Gary Kiernan took the runner-up spot in Class 13 and finished 17th overall with navigator Darren O'Brien. Class 13 winners David Crossan and Aileen Kelly entered the final loop holding a 10-second advantage over David Condell and Paul Kelly in the overall two-wheel drive standings. But a combination of gearbox issues for Crossan and fine driving by Condell saw the latter really put the extra power of his 2.5 litre Escort to good use on the final two tests to take the two-wheel drive win, finishing 11th overall, just half a second ahead of Crossan.
It's my first time winning two-wheel drive in the woods, so I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. And brilliant stages and brilliant atmosphere. Just everything was ticked all the boxes, to be fair to it.
To the four-wheel drive classes now, where John Walsh and Seamus Sheedy took Class 15 honours in their Ford Escort Cosworth. In Class 20, Pádraig Sheridan and Sean Brunton took third place in the Fiesta R5 Plus. A 1-minute time penalty incurred by Joe Haggerty and David Turkington cost them the Class 20 win, and they slipped from 10th overall to 18th in their Mitsubishi Evo 9. Overall championship leaders after 4 rounds, Michael Carbon and Conor Mohan slipped to 2nd overall with a 10th place finish at round 5, but they took the Class 20 win in their Evo 8. In Class 4, the Group N or showroom category, Stephen Dixon and Tommy Hayes finished 3rd in class and 16th overall. 9 seconds ahead and 15th were Peter McCullough and Brian Quinlan, who took the runner-up spot in Group N. Taking the Class 4 win with over 45 seconds to spare were Niall McCullough and Ryan McCluskey, who finished 9th overall and moved to 3rd on the championship leaderboard. In Class 7 for World Rally Cars, a 1-minute time penalty cost Martin Kearns a place in the top 10 as he slipped from 8th to 13th overall, with Paddy McCrudden calling the notes in the Ford Fiesta. Marty McKenna and Martin Brady brought the X-Works Fiesta WRC to 8th overall and 2nd in Class 7. Taking the Class 7 win by just over 13 seconds were Brendan Comiskey and Liam Moynihan, finishing 7th overall in another Ford Fiesta. The top 6 was comprised entirely of R5 machines, highlighting the growing popularity of the category, and taking 6th overall was the Fiesta of Conor McCourt and Brian Hoy. Donna Kelly and Conor Foley were happy with their gravel debut in the Skoda Fabia, finishing 5th overall on day 1 of the Cork Forest Rally. Just over 6 seconds ahead in 4th, Cahan McCourt and Barry McNulty move into the overall championship lead with 3rd place points, as 3rd place finishers on the day, James Wilson and Arthur Kearns, aren't registered for the series. It's fair to say that James was grabbing his opportunity in the Motorsport Ireland Rally Academy with both hands as he steered the Hyundai to a fine podium finish on his R5 gravel debut. Sam Moffat and James O'Reilly set fastest times on the final 2 stages of the day, but it wasn't enough to take the lead as they finished 2nd overall, just 3.5 seconds off day 1 winners Barry McNulty and Andy Hayes. The pair led from start to finish, but were happy to hold off the strong challenge from behind and claim maximum points at round 5 of the championship.
3.5 seconds ahead of Sam. A great battle between the two of you all day.
Yeah, he's not leaving it easy, so he's not. A fantastic battle. It's good to have the race, you know.
So there's confirmation of the results at the end of day 1 of the CFF Group Jim Walsh Cork Forest Rally, which sees Cahan McCourt move into the overall championship lead after 5 rounds.
It's the end of day 1 here at the Jim Walsh Cork Forest Rally, but it's Barry McKenna who held the pace all day and takes the win. We will be back here in Mallow for the 2nd day of rallying and for round 6 of the Valvoline Motorsport Ireland National Forestry Rally Championship. So do join us then.
We'll have all the action from round 6 on day 2 of the rally in our next programme. Until then, it's bye for now.